Hi guys, and I am in the Neptune. I've just got patch 0.6.2, sold all my Russian DDs and made a ton of cash and loads of port slots. This allowed me to fund buying the Neptune, which is fantastic. And I have got all the upgrades and I'm just retrained the captain. This is the first game after I've retrained my captain. I had a good game previously, I think I'll upload that too. Anyway. So this is an interesting game. Essentially, this game, so basically my team go A-B, despite saying they would go B-C, but whatever. And I essentially hold this flank. Now, I have a plan from the very beginning. My plan is to get behind this large island you can see in the middle of the screen. I'm looking at it right now, that one there, yes. I'm going to sit behind there and wait for boats to come around and use these low islands to attack the enemy. This is my plan from the very beginning. I would say that I am on the back foot for the first half of the engagement, but moving forwards I managed to take control of the situation and we managed to win out the game. I don't do that much damage. I think I only do 55,000 damage overall, but it's significant where I do that 55,000 damage, and it's mainly against DDs. And that is the important damage. You can do 100,000 damage against battleship and, not even kill one battleship, if you go against the Grosser Kurfürst. You're not going to do much damage. However, if you do 20,000 damage against a Yugomo, or 15,000 against a Yugomo, for example, you're going to get just as much XP. Anyway, so, situation. There is an Ibuki, Yugomo, and one other DD around this area. We also have another cruiser moving in from B going towards C. But we know there's two DDs around here. Now I need to find a good situation to start targeting. Now I could move into the cap, or I could try and move around more towards the islands towards the east. I do decide to go towards the east, as if I feel that going into the cap may be a trap, especially when there's two DDs around. I don't really want to get torpedoed, as the Ognavoy just happened to happen to. So, I'm just going to try and avoid this torpedo, and just about managed to do it. So I am looking for one of the other DDs that hasn't been spotted. It is the Gearing, which is not the DD I would like to go against, seeing as they do have a lot of guns that can hit me quite hard, seeing as I'm a very squishy boat. Gearings at the right strategy or the right position can really take down a Neptune or even a Minotaur for that matter. I decided to pop my Hydro probably a little bit too early. I'm thinking he's obviously in the cap, but it could be one of the other DDs as well. So I'm going to move directly into the cap. I'm going to use the smoke that the Ognavoy laid down, and hopefully this will be a good solution for me being able to counteract the DDs. And there we go, we know where the DD is. He's just behind that place over there. Well, I want to get into the smoke, that's what I want to do. I do get hit heavily by the Ibuki, which is rather annoying, but I do manage to repair it straight away. Looks like these torpedoes aren't going to be a particularly threat to me. I'm going to thread my way through both salvos quite nicely. I want to get into the cap here, and then I'm going to slow down and pop my smoke. That is probably the best way of doing it. I've got to be aware of the Gearing who is behind me somewhere. He's probably going to be sending smoke into the... there's the Gearing, So he is moving around towards the east, towards the starboard side of that island. Now, this is got to be aware of torpedoes coming around that corner. I assume he will be sending torpedoes directly into the smoke, so I'm trying to angle myself more towards him, so when I want to escape, I'm not going to be escaping in the wrong direction. I can escape to the attacking position where the Gearing is. The Gearing is more afraid of me than I am of it. You might notice that I am letting the smoke the fire burn down my boat, because fire damage is always repairable. So I'm letting it go down to quite low, and then I'm going to be healing up practically all the health that he is trying to burn off me. Do get a couple of blind shots from the Yugumo of the Ibuki. And there is the Yugumo. Hopefully we can get a decent shot on him. Unfortunately, I don't really get an opportunity to do much damage towards him at the moment. Do manage to get a couple of hits and captures the flag. Now this is when I want to get out of this smoke. I'm still waiting for those torpedoes. Here they come, and that could have been bad if I decided to stay in that smoke for any longer. We have got a Zhao there. He is giving me a broadside, but Zhao has total utter troll tanky armor. It's unlikely I'm going to do too much damage to him. There you go, only 1,000 damage with 2 hits, and there I'm being hit. Now, one thing with the Neptune is that it doesn't have the best turning rudder shift times. I think it's 12 seconds by default, but I've managed to get it down to about 8 point or 9 point or 10 point something. I haven't got the this is a stock Neptune, by the way. I haven't got any hull upgrades. I haven't got any major things added to it. This is just a basic Neptune. Right, I need to turn around behind this island here because I do not want that cruiser firing its heavy hitting HE into my boat anymore. I want to find that destroyer. There is a airplane spotting me, which is very frustrating. However, there we go. There it is. Let's try and take this guy out. Finally get my turrets turned around just around, and nice hit into there. Take out 3,000 damage on him. It's pretty good, but he is hitting me hard, constantly hitting me hard. I'm already down to 15,000 damage, and I haven't really made a significant play on him just yet. Now, we are about to play a game of Ring Around the Roses. This is an island, and I know he's coming up towards the north side. But he also knows that I will probably be going up there. So this guy is not stupid. I'm going to come around here and I'm going to pop my hydro. Possibly a little bit too soon. I could have played it a little bit later and then he wouldn't have reverted. Maybe a little mistake there. He gives him just enough time to dodge around the other side of the island. I managed to get a couple of hits into him. I was hoping to do some serious damage there. Managed to do 8,000 damage to him there. He must be running a... I don't know what the full HP of a gearing is, but 19,000 does seem quite a lot, so maybe he is running the survivability expert. So now we're both going to be running around this island. I'm going to chase him around. Maybe I could have gone around to the other side of the island and tricked him, seeing as I am with the advantage of not being spotted. Would be quite good. I do have a go at shooting over there, just trying to judge it, and no, definitely not. I won't be able to shoot over that island whatsoever. This is just, I'm playing my own little game. I'm out by myself on my own little flank, taking on 2 DDs and a cruiser. Mainly just this DD here, actually. Managed to cap, and managed to take out most of the gearing so far. However, he's done a pretty good job at attacking me as well, even though I've already healed twice, I think. Maybe once. Anyway, so there he is. Now, this is where I can finally get the opportunity to put some damage into him. Couple of hits, 1,000 damage, not too bad. He pops his smoke. I still have 8 seconds left of hydro. I wish I had a bit more because this is when I'd easily be able to take him out. But unfortunately, he manages to escape. Rather frustrating. And as a last resort, I do decide to launch my torpedoes, hoping that he would stop inside the smoke. But my plan is to move straight into that smoke and use that smoke, because that smoke's going to last quite a while, seeing as it is American smoke, which lasts a long time. And there he is firing his torpedoes out, getting right out of the way of those torpedoes. I was afraid that he would be firing his torpedoes, and I do have to wait another minute before I'm able to pop my hydro once again. And there we go. There's Zhao, who moved in from B cap. He's moving away from me, which is good. I don't want to attract attention. And we have a Yamato and that Yugumo moving into our cap. Does seem like our team has the vast advantage in points and advantage in kills, so I feel like we are doing quite well. Now this game here, I would say it's a really good example of how you can use the terrain and use the tactics, even if you aren't being supported by your allies. This is a very tactical and strategical game I feel I played. I am now outnumbered on this flank by 3 or 4. There's 4 boats there, including the gearing, which I have no idea where it is. I am outnumbered by 5 to 1 on this flank. However, my enemies are moving in nice and hard, which means I am flanking them. I am taking one side of them, and maybe they won't be focusing on me, seeing as they can't even spot me. Now, the Yugomo is giving me a beautiful broadside, and this means I can just fire loads of shells into it. AP on DDs is very powerful, especially when you are giving a broadside. As you can see, a couple of my shells are bouncing when it is angled, but as soon as you get into the shells land inside the kind of the main area of the belt and miss the armor, the sides of the boat, you can easily kill it. There we go. That DD's down. That's my first kill of the game. Now we have a Yamato, Ibuki, and we have a Zhao moving towards us, and we still got the gearing somewhere around there. The gearing smoke has just ended, so I popped my own smoke to maintain my invisibility, so they have no idea where I am. Now I am waiting for this Yamato to make itself known around the side of this island. And I know he has no idea I'm here, so I'm going to surprise him. He's still got 20,000 health left. And I'm going to start taking some health out of him. He's given me a lovely perfect broadside, and this should be very easy to do a lot of damage. There we go, taking him down nicely. Not doing as much damage as I'd like just yet. There we go, another a 5k salvo into there. Getting right into the superstructure of the ship, and he fires a blind shot into my smoke, but I take him out way too quickly. And this practically sums up the game. I do try and figure out where the gearing is. Unfortunately, we have a great little tactical battle, and he managed to slip away from me. I think the mistake I made there, and the thing I would change, would be that I would have used the hydroacoustics slightly later, and that's something that I should learn. When to use the hydroacoustics at the right time is definitely a good thing that you should learn when you are in the Royal Navy cruisers. Your advantages lie in the rate of fire, your concealment, and most importantly, the consumables that you have. Definitely choose Superintendent, gives you extra consumables, plus also use the premium consumables, so not only do you get an extra one for all, you also get a faster cooldown, meaning you can use them quicker. It makes a huge difference. Now I am sensing that the gearing may be quite close. I can see he's over there firing his rainbow arc shells, and that is the end of the game.